Randi Shade or Kathie Tovo? Wonder who would serve you and the community better on the Austin City Council? Look no further than how each handled a high-profile zoning case. A case that threatened to force 99-year-old Helen Nora out of her home in Hyde Park, where she's lived for 70 years. On the city's planning commission, Tovo led an effort to force historic zoning on Nora's house against the family's wishes.
It's really a prime example for our historic designation program.
She felt strong enough to displace a 99-year-old woman out of her home on information that she didn't even have.
The 100-year-old house needed $1 million in repairs just to bring it up to code, something the family couldn't afford. So they requested a permit to tear down the house and build a new home for Helen, a much more affordable option for the family. But Tovo repeatedly went against city staff recommendations that the house was not historic and that a demolition permit be issued. Tovo even went as far as suggesting that neighbors file willful neglect against Helen Nora,
which is constructively a criminal charge.
The family was now desperate and turned to the city council for help.
I emailed every council member. The only personal response I got was from Randi.
From my perspective, when you get an email or a phone call from a constituent, regardless of what part of town or how long they've been in town, it's my job to be responsive.
Her response was rolling up her sleeves and getting involved and finding out how she could possibly help and create a solution to a problem she knew affected our family.
Shade immediately met with the family and the neighborhood and called in experts to study possible solutions. Through Randi Shade's efforts, the council ultimately voted to not allow historic zoning on the property.
I care deeply about neighborhood preservation and feel very hopeful that whatever ultimately occurs on this piece of property is something that the whole neighborhood can be happy with. But ultimately the decision belongs to the people who own the property and who've been paying for the property and whose family it's been part of for, 70 plus years.